Welcome back, everybody, to the Nosebleed Sports Podcast. I did it again. Sports. I'm Chris Witt, and with me, as always, is Mr. Adam Schmidt. Adam, how are you today, sir?
I've been better. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm absolutely wonderful. You've been better? Did something happen?
Yeah.
What happened, Bob?
Last week I was in the mood again, and I ordered a box of 91, 92 Upper Deck basketball. And
that sounds awesome.
It sounds awesome, and it is awesome. But the thing is, the Amazon thing said deliver between last Friday and this Wednesday.
Ooh.
Today's this Wednesday. Hasn't shown up.
That's not good, buddy. That's
So it's
not
late
good. Yeah. Did you put something on there saying anything? Does it still say Wednesday delivery?
No. So it updated this evening, and it said it's now expected sometime between tomorrow and like Monday.
Okay. So
maybe
it knows that it's not there yet, at least.
Yeah.
We just got to figure out where that son of a gun is.
So, but the good thing though is I worked in the office the last few days, and I was kind of worried every day, like, is it going to show up early in the morning and it sits there on my porch baking in the sun all day?
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to be home working from home the next couple of days, so hopefully it'll get there and I'll be able to bring it in right away, and then I'll probably be taking a long break from work as soon as it gets.
Oh yeah. So tomorrow you work from home tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was Fridays for some reason.
But
then again,
a couple days a week.
Oh, do you? So you go Thursday and Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Man, good for you, bud.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'll tell you what. You know what? Grass ain't always greener on the other side. You know it?
Well, yeah. Definitely a benefit.
Definitely a benefit. That's good. Adam, this week we've got we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna figure out what we're gonna talk about. We've got a few things we want to go over. It just popped in my head that the Reds are starting 5 straight batters. The first 5 batters in the lineup were all rookies in the second game of the doubleheader today. Very interested to see how that goes down. Tani got hurt. That's probably about as much sports as we're going to talk today. Adam, what is our Reese's for this week?
Well, Chris, we have similar to last week, but a little different.
I like it.
We have Reese's Pieces. Last week was with pretzel inside.
Yep.
This week is with peanut.
Okay.
Not excited, are you?
I'm never excited when peanuts are involved. Although, love peanut M&Ms. So
I feel like these are going to be peanut M&Ms with a little peanut butter flavor.
I love peanut M&Ms, so I say let's give this thing a go.
And they even look like peanut M&Ms.
Go ahead, drizzle me a few of those bad boys in there. All right, so if you're on the YouTube watching, we appreciate you. I honestly believe the video is better than the audio.
Yeah. I don't know.
We do a lot. I'm not saying that the actual visual.
They gotta look at this
video of ourselves, but you at least get to see things that's going on, right? Like sometimes there's some pauses from munching, but I don't know. Oh, maybe. Oh man, these are good, bub.
Like them?
That's good. I'm going 9-7 again. Boom, right off the bat.
Wow.
Back to back 9-7s.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I did 9-7 last week.
I think you're right.
These are delicious, buddy.
Matter of fact, yes, you did.
Very good. What's your thoughts? Take your time. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, please.
So, talk about getting older. So today, putting the girls to bed. Before bed, we watch a movie, a show. Watched an episode of Fuller House. I think it's season 2 or 3. The final, the whatever the final episode is. What do they call that? The
series finale or
season finale.
Season finale. So they're having more seasons.
They had more after this. Yes, I've watched Fuller House probably 37 times all the way through with my kids because they love it.
Nice.
So Kimmy has a baby for Stephanie. Okay.
Surrogate.
So Kimmy Gibbler. Yeah, she's a surrogate, has a baby for Steph. And
they do a podcast together.
I bet they do, and I bet it's hilarious.
It's about Full House.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Fuller House on Netflix?
I think I saw the very first episode.
Dude, it's so funny. Probably 5 or 6 times throughout the 4 or 5 seasons, they do they'll say something like, well, what about Aunt Michelle? And it'll be like, well, Aunt Michelle is busy running her empire in New York, but you can come talk to us whenever you want. And they all turn and look at the camera. It is hilarious. It's so funny.
I'm sorry, I interrupted. Kimmy is a surrogate for
So having a baby, and then Kimmy's brother is the dad and proposes to Steph. And it's like, and I start tearing up. I'm like, I got tears rolling out of my eyes.
Yeah.
And my daughter looks up at me and she goes, "Are you crying?" And I was like, I can't help it. It reminds me of when I had you guys. It was one of the greatest days. And she gives me a big hug. And I was like, dude, I am getting old, bro. I'm crying at Fuller House having Kimmy Gibbler having her brother and Stephanie Tanner's kid.
I'm telling you,
it's weird, dude. I don't know what happened to me.
I'm 100% like that. I will sit there and cry about 10 different TikToks at night. I mean, anything, anything comes up. I only watch Family Ties now.
Oh man.
Because I mean, do you have a Samsung TV?
No, they're all. I think every TV I have is LG.
So I have a Samsung TV, and with that, you get Samsung TV Plus.
That doesn't surprise me.
Which is
there an Aquafina TV Plus or?
I don't know, but it's this streaming service, I guess. But it's like cable, but like all the channels are like there's a Family Ties channel. Only Family Ties plays on that channel 24/7. There's a Conan O'Brien channel. Only Conan from all of his shows, everything he's ever done, all Conan all the time. For 2 months, that's all I watched was Conan. For the last month, all I've watched is Family Ties. There's a Bob Ross channel, 24/7 Bob Ross.
Man.
I love it.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
I like that.
So anyway, but yeah, I mean, Family Ties episodes from 1987. Because it's always ends in a touching thing and stuff.
Family Ties was a lot like Full House. There's always the kids get a little rambunctious, and dad comes down and has a little family talk, and everybody hugs it out.
Alex P. Keaton acts like a jerk all the whole episode, and then at the end he realizes he was a jerk, and he apologizes, and he does something nice for his parents or whatever. And
Kirk Cameron, is that his name?
Michael J. Fox.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong one.
Growing Pains.
Growing Pains is what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Family Ties is Michael Keaton is Michael J. Fox, and the little blonde grew up to be pretty cute, didn't she? Or no, the older sister was the cute.
Justine Bateman, Jason Bateman's sister.
Is that who that is?
Yeah,
she's the good looking.
And Tina Yothers was Jennifer. She was the younger one with the blonde hair. And Michael Gross is the dad, and Meredith Baxter Burney's the
there you go,
his mom. Yeah. But anyway, oh man, it's been so great watching. I love Family Ties. When we did sitcoms or Mount Rushmore sitcoms or whatever, it might have been on my
yeah. I'm interested to see what your rivalries is going to be for this week, because we've done rivalries before. You said you're not going to do sports for this one.
Yep.
So I'm really interested in yours.
You know what? This is going to be fun and it's going to take me forever, obviously, because I didn't mark. I have a list. I didn't mark them. I'm going to have to try to do it off the top of my head.
Okay. That sounds good. I'm going back here for some more Reese's
peanuts. Eat them up.
I'm going back for some
more. Them up. And as a matter of fact, do you want, speaking of, by the way, we're going to jump all over the place since that's what we do now. Did I tell you what I watched right before I came over here?
No. Oh, we're going to talk about that.
I turn on the TV as I'm kind of like looking over some things last minute here before I came, and I start flipping through channels. I went on to YouTube and looked around a little bit and a couple other things, and I landed on the list, and it said Aladdin, and I'm like, okay, there's probably
Disney Plus
on the Disney Channel.
Yes,
the cable Disney Channel.
So you watched Aladdin.
I watched Aladdin, and I'm like, I feel like there are probably 3 or 4 different versions of Aladdin. I think didn't Will Smith do one?
Yeah,
like a live action one. Yeah. So I'm like, well, I haven't watched that one. I love Will Smith and I love Aladdin, but I'm not gonna watch that one because it's not gonna compare to the old one. So, but I did see that it was the original Aladdin, So I was excited about that. I think Aladdin is my favorite Disney movie of all time.
Mine by far. It's not even close.
Oh, nice.
We ran our VHS tape so much that it ruined it. We had to buy a second V8. We had to buy another Aladdin video because we watched it so much.
Nice.
My dad got surround sound in the basement at the old house.
A whole new world.
Dude, when it's all over, bro, all over. He'd blare that thing. My basement was banging down there, down on Duber Drive.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. So
great soundtrack on that too.
Oh, great soundtrack. So that's funny though, because you don't have kids, you're not married. When me and my wife got married, even before we were married, we would sit at the house, just the two of us. We didn't have kids for 4 years. And we would watch Disney Channel. That's what we watched, was the Disney Channel. Her sister, 1 year before we had any kids, bought her the full DVD set of Wizards of Waverly Place, which is where Selena Gomez got her start from. And Selena Gomez is hilarious in Wizards of Waverly Place. She steals the show by far.
Okay.
I mean, she's like a 13-year-old witch. She's so funny. Such a smart ass. She's so good at what she does in that. But anyway, yeah, that we used to do it all the time. We would sit and watch Disney Channel for a few hours.
No, I didn't really watch anything, I don't think, on Disney Channel, but there were some commercials, like the Aladdin would go to commercial.
Yep.
And there were some commercials for the other. Actually, there was it was a 30 or 40 year anniversary of Disney Channel or something, maybe this year, and it showed like stuff from a long time ago all the way up to now.
Yeah, Lizzie McGuire.
Even
Stevens.
Okay. I feel
Shia
like
LaBeouf when Shia LaBeouf was a kid.
Oh, really?
Even Stevens, yeah.
I feel like maybe Hilary Duff was somebody
Hillary
on
Duff.
there, as I saw her.
Hillary Duff. That's what did I just say right before Even Stevens?
Lizzie McGuire?
Yeah, Lizzie McGuire was Hillary Duff.
McGuire or McGuire?
No, Lizzie McGuire. Was that Hillary Duff? I think it was Hillary Duff. We'll look it up.
I knew she did something on there, and I just saw it. And then Raven Simone.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she had That's So Raven.
That's So Raven.
But I think she has. I think as
she came back as a mom.
Adult,
she came back and she's a mom, and one of her kids gets that, like, they can see in the future.
She has another. Is it That's So Raven, or is it's another show? Or something?
It's something Raven.
Yeah. But anyway, I saw that, and I've never seen any of the shows, but I kind of recognize a couple faces, and definitely her. And I was like, wow, Disney.
Hillary Duff is Lizzie McGuire.
Okay. Anyway, I watched Aladdin by myself.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good movie. Good movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Spoiler alert, Aladdin wins at the end.
Yeah, he does. He gets a girl.
Yeah.
He gets a girl.
Yeah.
He becomes the Sultan.
Right.
Maybe
Sultan of SWAT.
You went to the gym. Did you go to the gym today?
I did.
What's the gym you're going to, bub?
New gym. For the last maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks. I don't know, Mercy Healthplex. I don't know if I should say it out loud. I don't know.
Why not?
In case somebody watching this wants to come kill me, or I don't know.
They just look you up. You own a house. It's on the auditors page. They can look you up, bub.
Yeah, I guess so. Mercy Healthplex. Mercy Healthplex. Just 5 minutes from the house. So come on by and kill me wherever you want. But
they can sit at your house and wait for you. You'll be there way more than you're at the gym.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'll be coming home from the gym with a bag of ice cream from UDF, because I got to stop on the way home
and get ice cream on the way home from the gym. So you're at Mercy Healthplex. So Parker took swim lessons at Mercy Healthplex.
Yeah, 2 pools
back in the day. So do you have access to the pools yourself?
I do.
You swim laps yet?
No.
Nah, you don't swim. So Parker's taking swim lessons. Parker swam more than you by the time he was 2 than you have in your life.
Yeah, but
so taking swim lessons, take Parker in the back, go change his clothes and all that good stuff. And dude, that place is nothing but old people. That is old people central.
So this was 8 years ago or something when you.
This would have been
there?
probably 5. No, yeah, about 8 years ago. Has it changed?
Not much.
How is it going to the gym with a bunch of old cats, man? You feel good and like you feel like a stud when you walk in there.
No, I definitely don't. But it is an older crowd mostly.
How many old single 60-year-old women are looking at you like, ooh, look at this guy?
I don't know about single. I don't know. Hard to tell. But I mean, definitely a lot of older ladies that come with their husbands and stuff. Yeah. And I'll tell you a couple things. I mean, I've seen there are a few, some younger people and stuff, but a few things I've seen are hilarious. I mean, one, I saw a guy working out in flip-flops the other day.
Oh yes. Let's go.
I've seen a guy doing I think it was the Stairmaster, or maybe it was the elliptical in pajama pants, just the plaid pajama pants. For the most part, people wear athletic gear, even the older folks and everything. But I have taken, so they have classes. It's a really good place. I mean, it's a good gym. Pretty clean, and they have a lot of people working there all the time. They're always cleaning, and they're always making sure everything's going right. They have classes, almost every day throughout the entire day. They have classes in swimming pool. They have classes in a couple of different studios and stuff. And so I've done a few yoga classes, right?
Yes.
So getting older, one of the things I've heard people talk about is you got to do some yoga. You got to at least stretch. Make sure you're taking care of that stuff.
Followed a stretch video today, sitting on the floor, just trying to get some stretching in, dude.
Good work.
My movement is not there.
So what I've been trying to do is go. It kind of works out for the most part on the days they have yoga, 6 or 6:30, and I can get there and do a little workout before and then finish with yoga. Feel good. So that's what I did again today. And what's tough about yoga is I fall asleep. Because a big part of it, I did one the other day. I did a yoga class that's like a different kind. There are 2 different kinds of yoga, maybe 3 different kinds of yoga. And I've done 2 different kinds. And the one that I did the other day is kind of a little bit more like an intense yoga. It's not really that bad, but it's just a different kind.
You ever do P90X?
Yeah, I did
that P90X yoga.
That was
the hardest. That's the hardest workout in the entire P90X videos.
Yeah, that was tough yoga. So this is not the one that I've done the most, and the one I did today it's very like they're like. First of all, the lady that does it has this really calming voice.
Yeah.
And she's just, imagine, and what how would it feel if you let your knees just fall to the side and then gently to the other side? and it starts like the first at least 5 minutes, and the last 5 minutes at least
child's pose
is not even child's pose. It's I can't. It's something with a sh in it, and it's laying on your back, completely flat on the floor on your mat,
palms to the ceiling,
and just laying there and relaxing as much as you possibly can, and doing no movement. Just
you won, didn't you? You won, didn't you?
I won.
You won. They said relax as much as possible.
It's
you won
to start and all of the yoga classes I've done so far, I find myself doing this number.
Dozing off, eyes rolling in the back.
Fighting to keep my eyes and my consciousness open. Anyway, so I'm gonna be so embarrassed when I fall asleep and I'm asleep for a couple minutes and then I wake up.
Does she have a microphone?
No.
No. Yeah,
and today tough. I was one of 3 people in the class.
Yes. Nice.
So people can see you, Did I
ever tell you my yoga story?
I don't know.
Hot yoga?
Please do.
I've told the hot yoga story on here, haven't I?
Maybe. Tell it again, please.
So I was in Columbia. My wife and her friend were going to go do hot yoga. You ever heard about this hot yoga?
Yes.
Bikram yoga.
Yes. And hot yoga reminds me of a question I want to ask you after this.
Go ahead.
Please.
Ask right now.
No. After this, please.
Okay. Hot yoga. So my wife and her friend are going to go. They're talking about it. And I was like, I would do that, but I'm going to be out of town for work.
Sure.
So I go to Columbus and I'm out the night before all night, take a customer out. Time went on, have some fun, and did not drink a ton of water to get there. Showed up to surprise. I'm like, boom, I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? Get there. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. And I was like, come on, man, I got this. It's yoga. Let's go. It's 90 something degrees, 96, 97 degrees inside this yoga studio. You walk in and I'm covered in sweat.
Like it was outside today.
Yes. Literally walked into the studio covered in sweat immediately. I didn't bring water. These people have gallon jugs of water next to them. Gallon jugs. No water. Severely dehydrated from being hungover from the night before. Bad news. Bad news. I mean, I wasn't hungover. I just drank a lot the night before and didn't drink a lot of water. I wasn't hungover by 6 o'clock the next night. So anyway, we're going, starts off, you get into the child's pose or whatnot, and then you go into downward and upward dog and all that stuff. And I get into the down dog. That's the one where your butt's in the air, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm in the down dog and I look up and this little Chinaman is in front of me. Asian. Sorry. I don't know what he was. He could have been Japanese, could have been Korean. Chinaman was probably the wrong word to say, and I apologize for that.
What?
It is an Asian fella in front of me in nothing but his boxer briefs. That's all he's got on.
Okay.
Like short, tight draws. And his butt is from me to you away. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a bad day. I already can't breathe. And we're 2 minutes into this thing. I made it about 7 minutes. And I thought I was going to throw up. And I lay down in this little the child pose. And I'm like, this is making it worse. I feel worse now with my stomach cramped up like this. Jump up, bust out of there. They got a men's and a women's locker room. Go in fully clothed, cold water only, lay down on the floor of the shower and just have the cold water pouring on me. I'm completely clothed. All of my clothes are still on, and I've just got the cold shower pouring on me. I never threw up. I thought I was going to. Did not throw up. That's the dumbest thing in the entire world. Why do you need to do yoga when it's 100 degrees in the room? What does that do for you? Makes you nauseous and sick. It makes you nauseous and sick.
You were nauseous and sick because of something else. If nobody else was nauseous and sick,
they're
because they prepared.
It's an hour class. My wife and her friend made it a half hour. I made it 7 or 8 minutes. They came out, and by the time they came out, I was sitting. I had 2 towels. One I was sitting on, just sitting there waiting for them. And the other one I just got around me because it's freezing cold in the lobby. And I'm soaked. I'm covered. I'm completely soaked because I've literally stood in a cold shower for probably 10 minutes.
Oh,
it's totally soaked. And I was sitting there and they're like, what happened to you? And I was like, I couldn't do it. And I walked inside the cold shower, just turned it on. Otherwise I'd have thrown up everywhere.
How good did that shower feel?
I'm going to tell you right now, that was the greatest feeling in the entire world. The best feeling ever. Was
any part of you, were you just thinking about how relieved you felt? Or was any part of you like, I am on the floor of a public shower?
Not
people
not
have,
even
have
me?
had
I think I care about that
fungus and probably
No.
pee in it.
Not even a little bit. I could care less. I needed somewhere to lay, or else I was going to fall over and bust my head when I passed out. So
that brings me to in this gym that I belong to, there's a full locker room, pretty nice, showers and everything, separate stalls, that's the only chance I'll ever have. Still won't. Only chance I'll ever have to maybe showering there at any
point. You got to bring your slides with you. You don't, when you go to a place like that, you don't shower. You don't shower without shoes.
That's the thing. It's a whole thing. Like, I don't want to bring all my gear. You got to bring soap in a case, and you got to bring. I don't want to deal with all that. So anyway, but in this locker room also they have I want you to help me with this because I don't know the difference between a steam room and a sauna. Two different things.
I thought they were the same thing.
I did too.
Steam room and sauna. Difference. A sauna is like steam, right?
I don't know. That's the thing, and maybe I should just look it up right now. But there are those two things, and I thought.
Have you gone into one yet?
No, that's the thing. Like I don't know which one to do. I don't know exactly how to do it.
You're not going to know which one is which until you go in, and don't go in until you see somebody go in. They'll know what to do. They'll know if they need to pour water on the coals or however that whole thing works.
Well, the problem with that is I want to only go in one of those when no one else is in there.
You're not going in naked, are you? I mean, that's what weird people do.
No. I'll probably put long sleeves on. I'll put long sleeves and some pants on. You know what I mean? I gotta wear my sauna jeans in there. But
they make those. Sonoma.
Sonoma makes sauna jeans. Difference between steam room. Maybe it's not. I mean,
is there two doors?
Yeah.
Are they next to each other?
I think they are.
Is there a possibility that you could walk in one door and come out the other and it leads to the same place?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's see. Steam rooms are usually at a lower temperature than saunas, but the air humidity is maxed out so that your body may not generate as much sweat as in a sauna.
Ah. So why do you go into a steam room?
A sauna uses
to get
dry
a good schwitz?
Yeah. A sauna uses dry heat, usually from hot rocks or a closed stove. Steam rooms are heated by steam from a generator filled with boiling water. I still don't know what the difference is, but
I'm lost. Yeah, sounds like a bunch of hot air.
Maybe I just try both at some point.
Yeah, go give it a go, dude. Sweat something out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta sweat it out. I sweated it out for about 7 minutes in hot yoga.
Yeah,
that little dude, he's the one that got me though. I'm in in the fetal position. I look up and there it is. Boom, little dude. He's in front of me. He comes in, rolls his mouth. The whole place is open. This dude chooses to put his stuff in front of me. Ventures to take his shorts off and his shirt off. So he's there in no socks and shoes all off. He's there in just a pair of drawers. And that's it.
Can you see that is there a pattern and does it say fruit of the loom or are these supposed to be like tights?
No. These aren't tights. These are they look like my boxer briefs.
Okay. So they're Hanes.
I mean,
maybe Hanes her way.
Or I don't know. They could, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't looking for an outline of a package, but I'm pretty sure it was a guy. He had his shirt off. So
so a long time ago, I belonged to the Y years and years ago.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Good night. We all belong to the Y.
Yeah, we all.
God, 11 years old. It was the scariest day of my life walking in there with some dude, one leg up on top of the bench, balls to the floor.
Oh,
butt naked. Those old dudes don't care at all.
And by the way, maybe I have some trauma from that because since I've belonged to this new gym, I've been in the locker room once, I think.
Yeah, I would have it. Every time I go into any locker room, even at there are certain golf courses that I'll go to where it's the bathroom is a locker room. It'll be they have members there and stuff like that. And I get nervous when I see a bench and lockers. I get nervous. I do not want to see you. Please don't be butt naked standing in here.
Yeah. Nobody
wants to look at you butt naked.
And those guys are so far gone from caring about anything.
Doesn't matter.
They're just free.
I don't want to see your old balls.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so
there's no way that dude that I saw can drop a deuce and sit on a toilet without getting them wet. No chance. He had to have hovered when he dropped a deuce just to keep him up out of the water.
Sure, I'll bet.
Good night.
I'll bet. I don't need to know whether he does or not. But anyway, but there was a guy that worked out at the Y all the time when I went there 15, 20 years ago, whatever it was. And 20. So that wore tights, like the little bike shorts that girls wear at Planet Fitness now or whatever.
Yeah.
He wore those. He had a t-shirt and just those on. And then sometimes he would wear the t-shirt wasn't tucked in, obviously, to the tights.
Longer.
So sometimes it would look like he wasn't. I mean, it was like you could barely see the bottom of because they're up here.
Yeah.
And then his t-shirt goes down. I mean, this man was 50 years old probably at the time. Maybe. I've seen that guy 1,000 times since then. He's an elder guy. I see him at all the games.
Seriously?
I see him at the grocery store. I see him everywhere. And I'm like, this guy.
That small tights guy. That small shorts guy.
Oh, what is this?
I don't understand it.
Anyway.
I remember being a kid at the Y, and there was a guy working out there. Me and cousin Tony we're working out. You turned 16 and you could get your little card to go do all the machines
unsupervised.
Yeah, unsupervised. Coach Chris, I can't remember. We called him Coach. You know who he was. He was a LaSalle guy. He taught the class to the kids or whatever.
Oh.
Anyway, besides the point. So this dude is in there working, and I'm talking perm mullet. I'm talking mesh. What do you call it? Muscle shirt on, short shorts. My man he is jacked. My man, do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
My man walks up,
but I can see him in my head.
He walks up to the barbells and all those, right? Me and Tony are like looking at this dude like, big son gun, dude, big boy. This is the noise that came out of this dude as he lifted. Yes. Here it is, right? I'm gonna move the microphone so it's not so bad. We're like, oh my gosh, it's a mouse. He's got a mouse in him or something. What is that? But you can't be that big and that strong and make them noises.
Yeah. How are you not
like my man is as he's doing curls. I'll never forget that for my entire life.
How are you not conscious of that? Like,
dude, he had a perm mullet and a green see-through mesh muscle shirt. That dude wasn't caring about
you're right.
anything.
Obviously, he did
nothing. He's like the old man with his balls out in the bathroom. Don't care.
He doesn't care.
Oblivious to the world. All about me.
Boy, that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
love gyms. I love gyms. They're so much fun.
There's a whole, and especially with me, there's a whole psychological thing. If I'll go in there. I'm trying to go every day.
Yeah.
I've been 5 or 6 days a week for the last at least month.
Good for you, bro.
And
I can tell. Looking good.
No, it's no change, but
still eat a gallon of ice cream after you get home every day.
Yes. So anyway, but so I'm in there all the time now, and I don't really have a plan when I go in there. I kind of have an idea what I might do based on what I did yesterday and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll go in there, and if I think, you know what, there are like a couple rows of machines, like weight machines.
I'm gonna hit this row.
I might do those. But if I go up there and there are maybe 12, 12, 14 machines or something like that, if there's 2 or more people using those machines, nope, not doing the machines. That's too many. It's too crowded. It's too crowded around the machines. And
after work every day, dude, there's got to be more than 2 people.
Yeah, I go at a bad time. Today actually was not crowded at all, but and I don't know why. But yesterday was crazy. So
I heard Gene passed away. They're probably all at the funeral.
Gene?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's an old person gym, so there's got to be somebody named Gene that everybody knew.
Sure. Just
just Gene,
just old Gene.
Yeah. Could have been a girl, could have been a guy. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. Could have been both.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll go in there, and there's a little room off to the side that you can just go in and do. They've got few different things in there, but you can kind of do stuff on your own in there. And I'll go in there and do some stuff sometimes. And but if there's actually, I have gone in there a couple times and there's one person. If there's more than one person in there, I will not go in there.
Yeah.
And sometimes if there's one person in there, I will not go in that room and do anything.
Depending on who's in there. It depends on who's in there.
Yeah, that's probably true too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. This is my question for you. So on the chat snap, right? First off, okay, we'll get to this. Well, I want to get to that because that's another thing I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
The chat snap. It's the only piece of social media that I use.
Right.
And I don't use it. I just look at it. But they got this, there's a thing on there that always pops up on it, and it's gym crushes, right? And it's people recording themselves and their gym crushes or whatever. So you got a gym crush? Is there a girl that's there every day that you're like, oh man, if I could only get up the nerve?
No.
No.
No. I haven't
60-year-old Patty.
Yeah, no. Patty's married and
30-year-old Marjorie and
Marjorie
Beth
and Penelope and yeah. So Gertrude's married.
Now hold on now.
No, I'm sorry. Gertrude's not married. She's widowed.
She's with it's totally different. You go after Gert. You go after Gert. It's been a while.
Open season.
It's been a while. She's ready to go. How do you have a girlfriend named Gert? Hey Gert, what you doing? Gert?
That'd be great. I can't wait to introduce her to everybody.
Can't wait to get introduced to her.
That is one thing I'm glad about is I feel like I haven't been Planet Fitness in 10 years, but that's the one around us that I feel like is the gym that people that set up their cameras to record themselves working out.
Yes.
I feel like that happens there. It doesn't happen in space
because they don't know. Yeah. They don't have apps. They have flip phones.
And right. They don't have video on
if they have a cell phone.
Right.
What's that? A cellular device. I used to have one in a bag back in the day. Is that the same thing?
My grandson showed me that you can send messages. You can type.
They call it a textual message. Is that something?
Anyway, yeah, that's definitely
he
something.
Told me I have to set up an email.
An email.
I don't know. Gotta figure it out.
An A-mail or a
Gert McGirt 1916 at AOL.com at hotmail.com.
Cincy.rr.com. Anyway, I like the gym, but I do see some funny things sometimes, and I'm gonna keep my eyes open because I can report it here.
I'm ready for some gym stories.
Yeah.
I'm ready for some gym stories.
Probably going to take the place of walking stories. I don't walk as much anymore because I'm going to the gym.
You can be walking in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't foresee any of those old people calling you cracker thug either.
I don't either, I sure don't. They've never heard of anything like that.
Oh, well, they
I haven't either, but they have definitely have it.
Zesta? Saltine? What kind of thug are you?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we probably want to jump on Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, I do want to tell you this.
Oh,
something
yes,
I'm proud of.
Something. Yes.
I'm proud of myself.
Please.
I've got one little game. I get addicted to a little game on the phone, and I'll sit, and next thing I know, it's 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like, oh my God, how did I do this?
Mm-hmm.
I have, you see the royal match there, that in the chat snap. I have set myself up on my phone with a time limit for those two apps. I can't be on those apps any longer. I've used the time limit feature on the phone. I do it to my son on his all the time.
Parental controls.
I had to put parental controls. And there's a button at the bottom that says ignore. I can ignore it for the whole day, for 15 minutes, or for an hour.
You mean like the one that when I start driving in my car, my phone says is locked?
Yep.
And it says, and a little thing comes up and says, I'm not driving.
Yep.
Every single time.
I am not driving. No, of course I'm not. I'm in the passenger seat, stupid car. How dare you tell me that I can't use my phone in the car?
I've seen that advertised on the I still play Wordscapes, and that's advertised
where it came from,
all
was from Wordscapes. And when you get to do the things where you got to save the king, nothing like in those. I'm on level like 2000 and something.
So you got water coming in, and you got to pull the right pins so that it drops in.
That's not how it works.
Thing.
You got to make matches of red, green, yellow. It's all matches like that, and then the water follows your matches, and you got to put the fire out. But that only happens once every like 60 things. Once every 60 levels. Like most levels, I'm going to ignore the limit just so you can see this for 15 minutes. But most levels, are just like Candy Crush.
Oh,
So you're just swiping to make, 3 or
Oh.
4 in a row.
I see.
Most levels, are just, and you got to do something.
Oh,
They're not saving the king from fire.
because I do get tempted on those
I
advertisements.
know. So I'm going to tell you,
some
don't
of
do
them
it,
are
or
cool.
else you'll be like me, and you'll end up on level. Let's get out of this. Yeah, I want to quit this level. Yeah, I know. If I quit, 1,419.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why I had to put a little something on it.
I mean, I've had wordscapes for like 4 years probably, and let's see, 4 years, and I am on 557.
Wow, I've almost
So,
tripled you up, bub.
Yeah. You're playing that a lot.
Way more. I had to give myself a time. So the 2 apps combined, I only get 1 hour total a day.
Okay.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Sure.
But it's not enough.
But you know what? That's less time than most people spend on social media. You don't spend all your time on social media. That is where your
The game
time
is
goes
most of
to
it.
compared
Yeah,
to most
the
other
game
people.
is most of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's
Either
fine.
way, the social media. I tell you, bud. I think I don't know. The older I get, I'll be 40 here soon, and the older I get,
You will.
the more I realize I don't understand social media. I don't understand. Like, nobody cares about what you do every single day outside of your family and like immediate people. Like, there's people that care for you and that care about you. Those are the people that you should be talking to. Maybe talk to them a little bit more instead of thinking that you've got a million friends that you don't have.
Yeah.
Nobody cares
Yeah.
that you went to the Eric Church concert. Nobody wants to see the whole concert from your chat snap.
Nope.
Nobody cares what you had for brunch on a Saturday afternoon in July.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I agree with you. And now if I go somewhere that I'm excited about, I went to the Earth, Wind and Fire concert a couple months ago. I go to comedy shows and stuff all the time. And I'll put something like I'll put a picture of the stage or something like that, or while they're going on, if you're allowed to use your phone.
Something kind of cool, right? Where it's like, hey, I'm at this concert. Click, boom, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm thinking, oh, Adam went to a concert. That's pretty cool. That's totally different than watching an entire concert.
Yeah. I went to Mark Normand this past weekend at the Taft Theater.
They locked the phones up?
They didn't lock the phones up, but I didn't even think to take a picture of the stage beforehand or something. You weren't allowed to take video or pictures or anything but they didn't lock them up. And a guy in front of us got in trouble. Speaking of that, I would go really quick.
Let's do it. You went to go see Mark Norman. I want to hear this. Let's go.
I'm not even going to talk about Mark Norman.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to talk about 2 rows in front of us. All right. One with my brother. 2 rows in front of us, this young couple. They early 20s probably.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just the guy was so annoying. And here's the weird thing that he was whenever Mark or the guy that opened for him, whenever they would say something that like struck a chord or he liked or whatever, he would like point at him or something, or like, yeah, or something, or say
very
something
animated,
out loud. And even the girl did that sometimes. But this dude was all over his girlfriend, right? And they were like, they kind of dressed up nice a little bit.
Yeah,
and he had a nice
date
shirt.
night, yeah.
But he had his arm around his girlfriend the entire time. And in my periphery, okay, like Mark Norman's here, this kid's right here, and he is playing, twisting up and flipping around back and forth his girlfriend's hair the whole time.
Jeez, please.
I'm like, first of all, isn't that annoying to her? I know some girls like when you play with their hair or run your fingers through their hair,
scrub.
But this kid is like, I could even see tension. Like he's
twisting it, and there's like tension on the hair, and I'm like,
her head's
what are you
getting pulled to the side.
yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? And then every 3 minutes he pulls her in and gives her a kiss on the cheek, or kisses her on the face or whatever, and he's playing with her hair the whole time, and he's like doing all these moves and stuff as Mark Norman's talking. I'm like, dude,
That's a new couple, and he's
it's
trying to like up it up. Like, look at me. Like
he was
I'm
way
big
too
time.
much.
Yeah, I'm big time around here.
Way too much, and stuff like that should not bother me, because I should not care.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't let it bother me. But the whole time I'm distracted by this guy. I'm like, I can't stand this guy, man.
I hate that, because every time I go to something like that, whether it be a Reds game or a show or a Xavier game, something catches my eye and I miss so much of whatever I'm doing, because I can't stop staring at whatever weird things going on. Like, what is that? What are you doing? Put your belly away. Something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or even just the terrible basketball fan that's doing is doing this every play. Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Making all the signals, the football
That's
game.
a foul. That's a foul. Well, if that's a foul, then it was a foul on us 5 seconds ago. No. We've had this conversation. We've done this way too much. We've done this way too much. God love you, Bill. You're a great guy. I love you. But you're wrong, bud. You're just every time down, it's not a foul on them. Right. It's not. Every single time, it's not a foul on them. And then if it's not a foul, it's not a travel either.
Yeah.
There's not a violation on every single possession for the other team.
And it's the standing up and the making the gesture. And
he doesn't stand up. Bill doesn't stand up. Bill gets mad at the guy in front of him for standing up.
Yeah.
Sit down. Sit down. I'm watching the game. Jeez, oh Pete's. God, we're trying to watch. You're 6'4", dude. Stand back up over top of him and look.
Oh man. Yeah, fans are terrible. Speaking of that, though, rivalries. Yes. I mean, fans get extra worked up.
We've got the UC rivalry playing this year at Cintas Center, and when I stand up and start cheering, and somebody yells at me to sit down, I turn around now and give them a 5. Like, that's right. You see that play? No, you didn't, because I'll stand in front of you. Sit back down.
So you're the guy that stands in front of people.
I will. If somebody, like, if we hit a 3 and we're down by 6 or 8 for 7 straight minutes and hit 3 threes in a row and go up by 2 or 1, and all of a sudden, I'm jumping up and down. You kidding me? But I turn around. Now I know the people that don't like it, and I immediately jump up and turn around and high five them. Right? Like, yeah, we're friends now, right? Yeah. Yell at me now. I'm looking right at you. Tell me to sit down. You won't do it when I'm looking right at you. Only to somebody you don't know and that you know is not going to turn around and look at you. They're just going to sit down because they're scared little kids. Sorry.
You're talking about specific things here.
There's no reason for it. Just let a kid cheer, man. If a kid wants to stand up and cheer, let him stand up and cheer.
Yeah. But the problem is that too many people are don't care about the people around them, or if they're disturbing the game for them, or are just totally unaware.
Bro, my section at the Xavier game, there are times where the entire Cintas Center is standing, except for my section. I am not lying to you.
I'll tell you what.
I am not lying to you. That is not a joke. Maybe like 4 rows behind me are, but like up to me, like I'll be standing. I start standing, then I kind of duck, and then I sit back down. I'm looking around. The whole place is standing. And you got sit. We're watching the game. The whole stadium standing up.
A Xavier basketball game looks a lot like Mercy Healthplex.
Yes, especially the lower bowl.
Yeah,
the lower bowl looks a lot like Mercy. A lot of gray hair. There's a lot of white, gray, and blue. A lot of gray, white, and blue.
Tucked in shirts. A lot of Xavier sweaters over tucked in shirts.
Oh, the sweater vests over the polo and khakis. Yes, a lot of that. And then I come strolling down the same aisle right next to you in my baggy basketball shorts.
Adam Sandler.
Go down halfway down my shin. Big old baggy shirt with Bill Murray's face on it and a backwards hat. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
right.
Let's go.
So you said that you have UC coming into the Cintas Center this
Big
year.
rivalry.
Big rivalry. And we Cody from last week, Cody Rack was on last week's podcast. We talked all about aliens. If you have not seen that, go watch 2 hours and 15 minutes of alien talk. It was fun.
It was fun and it was long. It was time to get out. When we got out, it was time to get out.
So anyway, but Cody helped you choose
No, he just did it on his
the
own.
Mount Rushmore for this week, and it was rivalries.
Yes, it was.
And at the time, I think I even said, "Oh, I don't know," and I think you were like, "I think we've done rivalries," and I'm like, "I don't know if we have." And then I'm thinking about it a couple of days later. I'm like, I think he's right. I think we've done.
Adam was sitting here like, we've been here for 2.5 hours. Whatever he said, we're doing. I don't care. It's time to go. I gotta get some sleep.
But so I think we may have done rivalries. I think you're right. I kind of started remembering things we talked about. So, especially since we've kind of changed a little bit of the format of this podcast, talking a little less sports, more about just whatever. I'm going non-sports rivalries.
All right, let's get it started. Start us off then.
All right. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you my list that I wrote down, and then it's not too long. And then I'm going to pick 4.
Perfect.
First one, I'm going to say that I'm not going to pick on my thing because it's my least favorite one is Republicans versus Democrats, but that's probably the biggest rivalry in the
100%.
universe.
Yeah, I guess so.
You got Coke versus Pepsi.
Oh, that's a good one.
You got, I wrote down, this is only going to matter to a few people, but Cincinnati East Side versus Cincinnati West Side.
Oh, that's a big one.
I wrote down.
That goes in with one of mine.
Good. I wrote down David Letterman versus Jay Leno.
Oh, nice.
I wrote down another one probably as big as the Republicans and Democrats, Bloods versus Crips.
Oh, no doubt, bro. You got to get permission to come roll through my neighborhood, homie. What are you doing?
Tom versus Jerry.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Tom versus Jerry.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jerry versus Newman.
Oh.
Jerry Seinfeld versus Newman.
Newman.
Big rivalry there. Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
Man, look at you. You did really good at this.
And the last one I put on there on this list is one that I think a lot of people are going to be into, but not everybody. Jim versus Dwight. If you watch The Office, big time rivalry there.
Yep, absolutely.
I watched The Office. So that's my list. Now I got to narrow it down to 4.
Narrow this thing down.
I'm going to go with, you know what? Just for fun, like I said, not going to matter to everybody, but the East Side versus West Side here in Cincinnati is
That's
a
a
fun one.
great one. That's a great one.
I'm going to put.
That's a big one.
I forgot one. Daniel LaRusso versus Johnny Lawrence.
Sweep the leg.
I'm going just for the bigness of it. That's a really bad word. Bloods versus Crips. I think I got to put just for.
That's great, dude. I love that. I didn't even think about that one.
For how heavy it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the definition of a rivalry.
Yeah.
I mean, they hate
that's big
each
time.
other.
Big time.
Matter of fact, they just kill each other.
Yes, they do.
Except for the famous picture of the bandanas tied together. They came together for I think it was either some sort of movement to stop violence or something. I forget what it was, but they came together at one point.
Together.
There's a famous
for
picture.
a movement to stop violence.
I don't remember if that was
All
it.
right, y'all got 25 minutes, and then we getting right back to this violence. You understand? Like,
we gotta get this quick picture, and then it's on.
Yeah, these cops killing us sucks, but the 20 minutes, I'm about to kill this dude right next to me. So,
I'm going Bloods versus Crips. And I, hopefully, since everybody knows where I live and where I go to the gym now, hopefully neither one of those guys come out for me. I'm going to put, you know what? I'm going with the two biggest rivalries in cartoons growing up was Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner and Tom and Jerry. I mean, I loved, especially Tom and Jerry, both of them.
So did you just pick 6? How many did you pick now?
I picked 2.
Oh.
East Side versus West Side, Bloods versus Crips, Wile E. Coyote,
and
Roadrunner, and Tom and Jerry.
All right, I like it. So my number one is Hatfields versus McCoy's.
There it is.
That's number one.
That's number one.
Hatfield
Makes
versus
sense.
McCoy's.
Makes perfect sense.
I also have Skyline Gold Star.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Not
big.
much of a rivalry to me, but yeah,
Not even close to me, but it's like saying that Dayton was a rivalry with Xavier. It's like, well, when you haven't beat us at home since Ronald Reagan was president, it's really not much of a rivalry, is it there? But Oak Hills and Elder, like it's not a rivalry in football if you haven't won since the 80s. It's not a rivalry. It doesn't count. That's no longer a rivalry. That's just you really, really, really want to beat somebody that's close to you.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I this was so I went this is I guess mine were way more vague. United States and Russia.
Sure. That's a great one.
I looked up and that was on a bunch of different websites and I was like, that's perfect. Yeah. That's as big as it gets. Did I get you?
No, I just don't want to have to make you feel the cord on your back.
No, I'm good. I'm shaking like a crazy person over here. You ever seen
nervous?
No, I don't. I'm not nervous, but whenever we do these, like if you look, sometimes my knees, it's just a bouncing like a crazy
You get
person.
a little restless leg syndrome, huh?
I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I'm nervous. I'm not nervous. I don't know. Just talking, just enjoying life, and I'm just bouncing the knee.
There you go.
So anyway, so Hatfield McCoy, USA Russia. Skyline and Gold Star. And then so the last one's going to be tough. Because everything else I have is all sports stuff. So I'm just going UC Xavier.
There you go. I mean, that one's as near and dear to your heart as any.
It's the biggest one to me.
Yeah. All right. Good. I love it. All right. You know what? There was one thing about the gym that I meant to tell you that we were going to talk about. So they don't offer for free. You pay for it, but
on top of your subscription.
Right. Yes. But you can get massages there. They have like a separate area where they have some like a hallway you go down, some rooms. They do massages. They have two people that do massage. There's like a medical massage person. And then
new room massage
and then there's one that's like a little bit more like holistic or whatever. It's just like
not like naked bodies all oiled up on each other.
No, this is legit massages. let's get that out of the way now.
Massage therapist,
not
a masseuse. They don't like to be called masseuses.
Okay.
Massage therapist.
So, and there's a sign, like a board, like a chalkboard in the front lobby that always has all the available upcoming times to get a massage if you want to book a massage. So I'm like, you know what? It's been at least 10, probably more like 12 years since I've had a massage. I am so tense all the time. My whole body is stiff. I carry all this anxiety and stress in my neck, my shoulders, my traps, my back. And so I'm like, I know I've needed one for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so finally I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I go get one. I got one last week. And so I go in, not really no idea what to expect. So I walk in and there's this lady standing there that I think might be the massage therapist because she's just standing there and she looks at me like oh, you must be the person. And so I go to the front desk.
You got a massage for somebody. He doesn't even know if they're really there for that.
Yeah. So I go to the front desk and you have to like check in with them and you pay them. You pay the front desk.
Gotcha.
And so then so this girl's standing right there, and she walks like behind and kind of goes like around a corner. So I'm like, oh, okay, she's gone. Maybe that's not the person.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the front desk person and they're like, okay, so they get me to pay and everything. And they're like, do you want to leave a tip? Sure. And then I
before the massage, I don't know if I want to leave a tip yet.
Right.
I don't know.
But you're paying now. So you kind of have to just decide.
That's ridiculous. I may want to wait and give tip to the masseuse on her own afterwards.
Maybe you could do that. You probably could do that.
I mean, if it's good, you might get yourself, a little more than 20%. But
sure,
if you tickle me or something like that,
you're gonna tickle me because I'm the most ticklish person ever.
Did you laugh during the massage?
I know I came close, but I mean, it took focus
Okay.
not to laugh.
I continue with the story.
So anyway, so I realize, so I pay and everything. And so as I get finished paying, that girl pops back around the corner and she's like, and the lady's like, oh, there she is right there. Go ahead. Oh, okay. So she just went around the corner so that I wouldn't realize she was listening to me how much
How
of a
much you
tip
gonna
I'm getting.
tip her?
So anyway,
She's like, oh, this is him. Oh, I hate this. Is the most awkward part.
yeah. So so we ride the elevator upstairs together and everything, and then we go to the
intimate.
I guess. So but we start talking and stuff, and she's
Yeah.
like, you've never been with me before, right? And I said no, and I'm like, yeah, it's been a really long time, and not like
You don't remember? Jeez, oh Pete.
well, yeah, yeah. No,
What's your
so
number, girl?
so
Can't remember. You look familiar. We ever been together?
not like that. You've never
I don't know.
visited me as for a massage,
I
right?
had some long drunken nights at the bar back in the day. Who knows?
So we're talking, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's I haven't had one in a long time and everything. She's like, okay, and so we get up there to the room and everything, and start, she's like, so this is how it goes. She's like, first of all, I'm a medical professional. I know every inch of the body, how it all works and everything. And she's like, it's I'm my you can tell me how hard you want me to go or whatever. And she's like, I'll just start medium, but my medium is most people's like hard. I forget, she didn't use that word. It was whatever she said. She said something more medical than that. So
More medical than hard.
yeah.
My medium is most people's erect.
It was not that. That was not the word she used. So
funny. This is just I feel like we're back to doing those commercials for Green Solace again.
oh,
Couldn't
shout out
get-
Green
Couldn't
Solace.
get through it without laughing.
Shout out Ohio Mosquito Control, and shout out
And Peggy's
training personally with
Peggy
Peggy
Edwards.
Edwards.
Two of which I don't think are a
Exist
thing anymore.
Yes. But still shout them out. So we're talking and stuff, and she's like telling me what to expect and all that. So then she's like, I'm gonna step out, you get down to your comfort level.
Adam said, I have a long sleeve shirt on and pants.
I said, do you offer one of those lab coats you're wearing? No. So she goes out, and I go, and then you get like under there's a cover, there's a massage table or whatever.
Did you put your face in a hole?
Yeah.
Is that comfortable?
It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's not too bad.
I feel like I would love to start sleeping on my stomach,
Yeah.
but I have nowhere
That's
to
the
put
only
my
way to-
face. I have nowhere to put my head. And that's so awkward.
Yeah.
I would love to start sleeping on. I'm about to buy a massage table with rails so I don't roll over in the middle of the night and try to sleep on my stomach more.
It would be fun to, yeah, because
They keep you from snoring. You don't snore as much when you're like that. The weight of all your guts and all that stuff aren't down pressurizing on top of you. So
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, she steps out. I get under
what
the
was
cover
your
or
comfort level?
whatever.
I'll tell you what mine would have been.
It was more than what yours would have been.
More than
I-
what mine would have
No,
been?
no, or less, however you want to say it. Like we're talking about, I feel like
More, more clothing than what I would
more
be- I
clothing
got
than you
I
would
got
have worn. So anyway, so she comes back in, and she starts, doing the massage and everything. And I'm like, it hurt so bad.
That's
Oh
a good.
my
That's a
God.
good
Yes.
thing.
It hurt like it was supposed to, but
Yeah.
it hurt so bad. And the biggest thing was,
Did you get a couple?
there were a couple times where I, like, part of my body lifted off the table because she got to a knot, and she's like pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing.
Oh,
And it's like, and I'm just like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. So, and a few times she's like working through something, like on my shoulders were real bad, and most of my body was so tight. She's
Did you fart?
no, several times I was worried about that.
That makes me. I'm nervous about farting right now thinking about it. I'm not lying. I'm trying to hold back a fart right now because I'm nervous if I'm ever on a massage table that I might fart.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, but a few times, she actually several times, she goes, "Wow." She apparently does this all the time, and she's like, couldn't believe how tense some of my muscles were. So,
So look, babe. Hey, when you lift as much as I do, man, you call it tension. I just call
yeah,
it
I call it
thick.
swole.
Call it swole.
So it was just, she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I see. You haven't been here in a while, or you haven't got a massage in a while." So and she was really good actually. She's like, she just by massaging me, she's like, "So you're a side sleeper, huh?" Yeah,
Yeah.
I am mostly.
Yeah,
Yes.
but, I mean, that's easy. I mean, 95% of people in the world are side sleepers.
Are they?
I think,
I
I
have no
mean,
idea.
who sleeps on their stomach or their back?
Yeah, I sleep some on my back. I
I
sleep
mean,
some,
very
like,
little, very
kinda like
little.
back with my part of my back up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like side and back, and mostly side.
I'm a big
But-
side.
Yeah, yeah, and mostly on my right side. And she was telling me, she's like, she's like, uh, she's like, "Okay, so you sleep on your side, you sleep on your right side." Yep, mostly. So she's like, "Okay, so what happens for side sleepers is your chest like collapses into itself. Like you're on your side, so it like folds into itself." She's like, "And that's not good. It's everything's like condensing together, you know?" And she's like, "You want to keep all that stretched out." She said, "So do you have like a big pillow or a person or something you can hold on to?"
Or a person.
Yeah. Or you can like hold on
My
to.
wife would kill me if all night long I just used her as a giant
Yeah.
pillow to
You
hold
just
on to.
wrapped your arms so that
It's 100 degrees. Get off him.
and I'm the same way. So don't touch me when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Yes.
So, but I do have a couple of pillows in my bed, and one is nice and big and thick. So I've been trying to do that, like
Yep.
try to hold the pillow
Mhm.
to kind of keep keep
Keep
my
the shoulders open.
stretched out a
Yeah.
little bit. But anyway, she had a few tips like that, and things like she could tell. She's like, do you run a lot? And I'm not like a big runner, but I've been playing basketball 2 nights a week for the last 3 months, and I have been on the elliptical and treadmill a lot lately and stuff. So I'm like, well, more lately for sure. So she was like finding all these things,
Yeah.
and
Did she do your legs?
she absolutely did my legs.
That's the one that would get me. That's the part. Like, you could do my back but you start getting into my calf and my feet. Don't touch my feet. Can you say don't touch my feet?
Yeah.
Okay, don't touch my
She'll
feet.
do whatever. Yeah. So my calves were by far the most sore thing afterward.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I can't believe you didn't mention your calves as like one of the biggest problems or whatever, because it hurts." Oh my God. It felt like she was like separating the muscles, and it hurts so bad. Oh God. But you know what? I left there and I felt, especially in my shoulders and my neck and everything, so much looser.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So that's
I mean,
amazing.
it worked.
I went to a chiropractor. First time I ever went to a chiropractor's big old fat sweaty guy. And he's going to town. He was sweating as he's like cracking my back and stuff. And he's like, "I really suggest to you to go to a masseuse. A lot of your issues that you're feeling are muscle issues and not necessarily back issues. You should go, but go to a man. You need somebody. I know you're not going to want to do that, but find a guy because they got stronger hands, and you need somebody that's going to give you a strong, deep tissue massage. That's what you need." Never had a massage in my life. Here's the deal. I tell my wife all the time, like, she massages too hard. It hurts, or it's too light and it tickles. There's no, like, get up, like, I can't take it. You can try to rub it. I'm not, like, she can try to give me a massage. She'll be like, I'll give you a massage if you give me a massage, which always means, no, that's okay. I'll just give you a massage because I don't want one. I don't want one because I'm either going to be in incredible amount of pain that I don't want to be in, or I'm going to be
Wiggling away.
I'm going to kick you.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be a fight because I kicked you while you're getting, I can't help it. It's a reaction.
Yeah.
I might punch you next time. I don't know. Don't tickle me.
That's an old Dan Cook joke.
Is it?
He said he hates being tickled. His grandmother, he said, I had to punch my grandmother in the chest to get her off me.
You got to do what you got to do, man. Look, you're getting a tickle fight. You got to do what you got to do. My kids love tickle fights. That's the thing. They ask me all the time, Daddy, can we have a tickle fight? And I'll be like, all right, Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. And then we go, dude, it's sometimes 20. And
couldn't last 10 seconds.
Back in the day, me versus the three of them, no chance. I dominate. One of them would run away, the other one is there, and I dominate. But I'm telling you what, they're starting to learn how to use each other as a team now. And then I kicked my son not that long ago. I got one of my daughters and I'm getting her, and all of a sudden somebody got a hold of my foot and I just reared back and donkey kicked him across the room. Look, y'all wanted to play tickle fight. There's two things that go into it. There's a tickle and there's fight. Violence. That's right. You mess with me, bro, you don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean, how many times have you had to clean up pee from a tickle fight? You know,
I've never had to clean up pee from a tickle fight. Although my sister hated it, and we would my dad would tickle us, and she hated it, and then we would team up and just. Oh, I feel so bad for her until she would scream that she was about to pee. And then we'd be like, whoa, get off.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, tickling's the worst. Yeah. You don't even have to try, too. Like, if you just touch me in the right,
I'm done for the rest. Dude, I'm done. My brother-in-law knows it. He'll walk up and he'll poke me in the side, and I'll be like, you son of a gun.
Yeah.
And then he'll sit right next to me and he'll look at me, and I got to get up and walk to the other side of the room and then somebody will just walk by me and I jerk and turn and look. And I'm paranoid. Like, man, I can't. Now I'm in this zone. Don't touch me. Stay away from me. I blame my wife. When we were in high school, her and her three friends, they would just randomly look at each and say chicle, which is like gum in Spanish or something like that. And that was their code word, let's go team up on Chris because we all know how much he hates it. And they would just team up and and you would be like, oh man, 3 high school girls tickling you. And it's, oh, that sounds awesome. No, horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I don't want Halle Berry tickling.
No.
Stay
away from me. And now I'm done for the rest of the day. I'm jerking my head around. I got my head on a swivel. You know what I mean? I'm making sure nobody's near me. And if you come close, I might punch you and don't even know why. You have no idea why. I might just hit you.
There's nothing worse than being tickled. Nothing.
My kids love it. They absolutely love it. I don't know what's wrong with them.
So there were a few times she did. For the first time, I used to get massages all the time at this one chiropractic office.
Armpit?
She got in she's like, has anybody ever massaged your armpit? Or she said it like, has anybody been in your armpits or something like that? I'm like, this girl, I don't think so.
You haven't been with me before, have you? Anybody ever got up in that armpit before?
Anybody been up in them up in them pits?
Yeah, I'd like to get up inside your armpit, boy. I'd like to be the deodorant in your armpit.
It was the weirdest feeling.
I don't want anybody touching my armpit. Get away. Yeah. I would have said no, and it's not starting today.
I was trying to be as
open-minded
and tough as I could be. And I got through it, and I'll definitely go back, but I got to take some time off. I got to take some time.
I can't handle I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I want to get a massage very bad. My lower back is always bad. My up at the top, my neck and all, always tense, tight. I always want to do it. Probably because I slouch like this when I sit. But I always want to do it. But I cannot bring myself. I just can't do it. I just cannot bring myself to get a massage.
There's a new massage place that just opened on Glenway.
Is it ran by the same people that ran the one in Delhi?
I don't know, maybe because it's like a white sign that just says massage in red, and it's just
the one that was on Delhi Pike got raided.
Yeah,
brought a bunch of guys out, arrested them. A couple women out, got a couple little Chinese folk Asian folk. I don't know. They could have been Korean. I said China twice. Just Asian. It's Asian. I apologize. That's so bad. I have nothing against Chinese people in any way, shape, or form. Just that's the first Asian ethnicity I think of.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, they sent us a coronavirus, so just kidding.
Here we go.
No. Anyway, new massage place. I don't know. It looks like it could
I'm
be.
not-
You know what? It looks like it could be legit, and it also looks at the same time like it could.
Like
not
it's
be.
got 2 rooms in the back that aren't like
It's-
best story. So guy I know is telling a story. He goes to get a massage all the time. Okay. He's you know, mid late 50s, and he goes to the same girl all the time. And she's not in. So he gets this other girl, right? And it's a little Asian girl, and massage, and she's about an hour in or whatever, and she walks over to him while he's laying there, and goes, "You want more?" And he goes, "Uh, you want more?" And he's like all of a sudden like, "Oh my god,
That's too big. What does that
Yeah.
mean?
She goes, "You want more time? Your time is up. You want more time? I have extra session open." And he's like,
See?
"Oh,
We
okay."
need details.
Whoa, boy, man, I'm in a massage parlor. I don't know what's going on. Hey, you gotta be careful talking to me somebody like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Kraft thing going on here in a minute. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what I got myself into.
Oh man. So anyway, the massage it was good. It hurt a lot and it tickled a little, and it was
I feel like if I get a
very
massage, I want it to
uncomfortable.
hurt.
I mean I don't want it to, but I know it needs to.
I want it to because I would rather it hurt than tickle.
Yeah. Yeah. That was I was honestly, especially in the armpits, was kind of like focusing on how much it hurt. In order to not be because I felt my mind switch a couple of times.
Yeah.
In a couple areas that I was like, oh, okay, this is starting to tickle. And I'm like, no, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts.
Hold
It
it,
hurts.
hold
It
it,
hurts. It
hold
hurts.
it.
It hurts. It hurts.
Hold it, hold it, hold it.
So anyway, that's it.
Good for you, dude. Good for you.
I got a massage.
I gotta get one. I gotta get this thing done. I gotta get me a massage.
Do it, man.
All right, let's get into the comedy segment from like 6 months ago that we haven't done in forever.
2 weeks.
What was his name? Zack
Hammond.
Zack Hammond.
Yep.
Welfare disguised. Is that right?
Yeah.
Something to that nature.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. What do you think about Mr. Zack Hammond? We do these new people that we've never heard of. We do them every once in a while, and it's 50-50. They either really suck or it's a surprising how good they are.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, this dude is pretty good.
This Zack Hammond to me was I kind of felt both of those things at different points during this thing.
You could tell he's done it for a while. You could tell that he knows how to form a joke and how to deliver.
And then also some of them were like, that's way too like I could say that.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be better.
Yes.
It's got to be better if you're a professional
It's
comedian
not
putting
funny.
on a.
There was a lot of stuff he said that just wasn't. The punchline didn't hit. Did not hit, and he's in. I think a lot of it I was focused on the inflection of his voice at the end of the punchlines that were like, "What are now? You're sitting here talking about gay people all the time, but you sound and look like, and not it's a big deal, but like he made a big part of his whole thing about that." And I was like, I thought you were this whole time.
There was that, and for me, there was he giggled a little bit too much at the end of what he was saying too.
He thought it was really fun.
The last word or two, he would giggle as he's saying it.
There's a weird inflection at the end of it.
Yeah. There were a few things that, you know what, the one thing I wrote down, 2 things I wrote down. One was 3 months after filming this, she cheated on me. You see that?
Yeah.
It popped up on the screen.
Yeah.
He's talking about how he's a couple times
In
he's
love,
in love with this
greatest
girlfriend,
thing of 4 years, greatest woman ever.
and then he's in the
Made a
middle of
list about how great she is. knows that what kind of how he likes it, everything he likes.
And then he's talking about that, and then just words come up on the screen.
Yeah.
3 months after filming this, she cheated on me. Poor guy. Felt bad for him.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the credits, it said he thanks all these people, thank family, friends, and newfound enemies for filling the room. I'm guessing his ex-girlfriend was there or brought people
Who
or something
knows?
like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've already said he was all right in some places. But overall, I just didn't love it. I didn't really laugh out loud at anything. And I gave it a 2.8.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't. I shouldn't say it wasn't terrible. It wasn't good. I didn't think it was good, but it wasn't like horrible. I mean, the dude knew what he was doing. It wasn't like he had some guy who had never done it before. So jokes were formed well, and you could tell that he has been on stage before and all that stuff, which makes things a little bit easier to watch instead of watching some guy sweat up there looking like he doesn't belong. But I gave it a 2.2.
2.2.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
By the way, you gave our Reese's, which was Reese's Pieces with peanut, you gave it a 9.7, and I think I never said what I gave it. And I'm going 9.5.
There you go. That sounds close to what you gave last week's.
Yeah, I was 9.6 last week. Yep. Okay. So we've covered those things.
What am I in charge of?
Technically, I think I would kind of be in charge of both. Yeah, because 2 weeks ago you did comedy, last week you did Mount Rushmore. So I can either do both, or you can pick one. I've got something for both if we need it.
You tell me which one you want me to do, and I'll do it, bud.
I don't know which one. I'll tell you what. I'll take comedy because this was funny. So
okay,
I saw Mark Normand here in Cincinnati over the weekend, and there was a comedian that opened for him that was from Cincinnati. Right,
okay.
I didn't know the guy beforehand, and he was pretty good. And so then a couple days later, this was Saturday. It was, I think, Monday. I'm thinking, okay, or actually Tuesday. I'm like, okay, I got to watch the comedy special from the last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking Blake Hammond was his name. So I get on YouTube, I type in Blake Hammond, and I realize Blake Hammond is the guy that opened for Mark Normand, and Zack Hammond was the guy
we just did.
We're actually looking for. So we're keeping it in the family, and we'll
Blake
go
Hammond?
Blake Hammond. This was from last year. He put out a 30-minute special.
Perfect.
30-minute special. So and it is called Blake 182.
Yes. I love it.
So anyway, it's on YouTube.
Nice.
That's it.
All the small things.
He's from Cincinnati.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Huh. Did he open for Mark Normand because he was here, or does he travel with Mark Normand?
I think he opened because he was here.
Yeah.
And the last time I was at the Taft Theater was for Dimitri Martin, and Kelly Collette is a Cincinnati comedian. She's really good too, and she opened for him.
That name sounds
familiar.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah. Probably.
Anyway,
yeah, probably seen her.
Anyway, all right. Oh boy.
So if you want to do Mount Rushmore, but like I said, I have something.
I'm in. I'm in for Mount Rushmore. We can make this work. So you've already done yours, so I don't get time to think. Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. Let's do the Mount Rushmore of exercises.
Okay.
Mount Rushmore exercises.
Have we done? We've
done it before.
We're gonna say that.
I feel like we've done everything. Yeah. I feel like we've done them all.
Let's do Mount Rushmore of exercises.
Okay.
Yep.
I like it. All right.
Excellent.
That
Nice.
sounds good. So can I just pick none because I don't enjoy any exercising? But no.
Sure.
Okay. Does playing a sport count as exercise? No. I want to say like exercises you would do in a gym or like off a exercise video if you're watching.
Non-sports exercise.
What's the girl's name that did Grease? Joan Hart or whatever her name is.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Clarissa the Teenage Witch.
Yeah. No. The
You know
yeah.
what
I
I'm
know.
talking about.
Yeah.
She did some
Workout
jazzercise videos back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, I remember, didn't your mom used to do like aerobics? It was called aerobics back then. She had the like weighted socks and
She
the
did-
wristbands
She
and
did
all that.
aerobics and jazzercise.
And jazzercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I think I want to say Suzanne Summers also had an
Oh, yeah.
an exercise video
Yep.
or something out.
Yep. Three's Company.
Yeah.
Step by Step.
Yeah.
Is it Step by Step? What was that show called?
Yeah.
Step by Step.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. On TGIF.
What was she better in? Step by Step or Three's Company? The
Yeah.
dumb blonde. She played dumb blonde so
Yeah.
well.
Three's Company's an iconic
Chrissy.
show, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chrissy.
Yeah.
Chrissy and Janet.
Chrissy and Janet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chrissy and Janet.
And the great John Ritter.
And the great John Ritter. Dearly departed. Not dearly departed. What is
Yeah.
it called? Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that what we call it? Yeah, dearly departed. All right, so that's what we got. So we're ready to go. So we've got Mount Rushmore of exercises. We've got Blake Hammond to follow up his older brother, Zack Hammond.
Younger, I would say.
Younger brother, Zack Hammond, to follow up. So very excited to see what comes up with that. And who knows what we'll be talking about next week. So until then, don't forget to turn your headlights on.